G'day new starters, welcome back. My apologies for the extended break over the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago we were in Perth for conventions, and then last week the Chapmans were moving home and I helped them do that and didn't recognise the toll that I would pay physically, and by Sunday morning I was pretty worn out, and so I didn't get around to the thought for the week. But nevertheless, here we are. And you may notice this morning that I am actually wearing glasses. I have made that transition to a glasses wearing person. I have been wearing reading glasses for a couple of years, but now I have more permanent ones, and that represents a pretty significant transition for me. I've always felt like my eyes were strong, and that was one part of me I didn't have to worry about. But I guess time will always take its toll. And that marking of time by the wearing of glasses, that reminds me of how much my life has been involved in this NewStart story over the last 20 years, almost 20 years. And the time has seemed to go very, very quickly as we have continued this journey of discovery, of trying to think through what it means for a church to be driven by the very nature of God, that is love, rather than by institutional or programmatic drives. And it's not been an easy process. And in fact, there have been times when it's been a very discouraging process. Particularly think of Brad Mercer's passing a number of years ago, that very much slowed the process for all of us, because Brad and I had shared this common vision that began with an online chat in the late 90s, where we talked about what it meant for the church to actually evaluate everything it did by the mandate of love rather than institutional needs. And in looking at that process across the last 20 years, there have been times when I have felt very much like this idea, this concept, which many others are journeying through as well. It's not like we're doing it exclusively on our own, but for us in our context, it has felt very much like I don't know how we're going to bring it to fruition. And then, of course, with the coming of the Chapmans and the Tarrants to be a part of this process last year, we've all sensed that God is calling us forward to a new day. And over these last couple of weeks, we have been very, very seriously thinking about the next steps of our journey. And over this next 12 months, it is my hope that these thoughts for the week will very much reflect a process of the next phase for the NewStart journey. And there were, in our conferences in Western Australia, our what we call district assemblies, there was a theme that ran through about the breaking out of the kingdom of God, and there were three images that stood out for us, all of us that were a part of NewStart, that are a part of NewStart, that were there, grabbed a hold of those three themes. And the first one was the idea of the man of peace, that concept that there is someone who God has been working on over a long period of time, that desires deeply to be a part of this vision that we haven't met yet. And when we meet them, they will be a part of the establishment of the future of NewStart. And we look forward to that, and so we're praying to that end. The second piece or image is the biblical image of the stump of Jesse, speaking about the nation of Israel having been cut off and almost come to nothing, died off. And then if you'll look at an old stump, sometimes every now and then you're looking at an old dead stump, you'll see life begin to come out of it again as a new shoot begins to grow forward, and there's a sense for us that we feel like that old stump sometime, and we're looking for the life that will spring forth, and we're believing for that life. And the last concept was the idea of the green grass, and it was pointed out by Dr. Busick that you'll notice the phrase the green grass appear in the Bible in numbers of places. And when it does, it's always saying something very specific. And when it appears in the gospel, it appears at the feeding of the 5,000. And the gospels are not known for giving adjectives to the situation. It's very just descriptive, very matter-of-fact description of the way things happened in order to focus on the concepts. But it does, in the feeding of the 5,000, talk about sitting down on the green grass. And there is this very visual image that the green grass represents the breaking out of the kingdom of God, the coming of the kingdom of God, that it's bursting forth in freshness and newness. And we're looking forward to that as well. And so we're looking for the person of peace, the stump of Jesse, and the green grass. And all of those things are illusions, but they are ideas around which our focus is centering as we move into 2015 and look forward to what God is going to do with this in this next year. I sure hope you get to be a part of that journey somehow. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.